Day 2 of the Happiness Challenge. We had like 9,300 people show up.
That's
yesterday.
amazing.
Pretty exciting.
So a lot of people want to be happy.
A lot of people need to be happier.
It's true.
Coming out of this crazy time. And it's a discipline. You can be happier. You just have to do the right things. And we are so excited to be your guide today.
Are you happy today?
I have you. And then I have Aslan. Some of you can see Aslan. Aslan makes us happy.
He makes me very happy.
Hello from the Netherlands. That's from India. Oh
So
my
cool.
goodness. Thank you. Always let us know where you are from. That is awesome. You can still sign up for the Happiness Challenge. It's just going to take you to day 1. And from Lebanon.
That's so cool. Tell and put in the comments what some of the things that you're doing that are making you happy. We want to know what's making you happy. I took all of the girls today. We went to church. That made me very happy. Finally, churches are opening up again in California. They've been open for a while, but it's been really challenging to go. So that was fun. For me, that makes me happy. So it was awesome.
Well, being with you makes me happy. I am trying to answer all the comments. There are over 600 comments that
London,
were really great.
So great. Oh, puzzles.
Colombia, oh my goodness.
Florida, so
So
great.
we
Oregon.
are just thrilled. You are with us. So what we're doing in day 2 of the Happiness Challenge is we're teaching people about their brain type. Because what makes one person happy, jumping out of an airplane, may make another person, like me, miserable. Unless the plane was on fire. If the plane was on fire, I'm happy to jump out. But if it's not on fire...
It's like, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
I was in the Army for 10 years, and they said, oh, you're doing really great. You could sign up to be an airborne ranger. And I'm like, jump out of an airplane?
I would have signed up.
She
Yeah.
is an airborne ranger.
Yeah, my body didn't get the memo, but my mind would have loved that.
So we're going to teach you about 5 different brain types. So balanced and then sort of typical things make you happy. Spontaneous, you need novelty. It needs to be different. And you have a bit of that in you.
I do, but I like routine also.
You do.
So that's hard.
Because you have a couple of the types.
So I have found though, if you're the spontaneous type but you need routine, I find I get my excitement and my adventure from doing things like my survival classes. I don't like I don't need to stir up trouble. I go do survival classes and that stuff like that. My training.
So balanced, healthy brain, spontaneous, sleepy frontal lobe. So you always are trying to turn them on, and you can do it with new and novel things. You could also do it by picking on other people in your life. You want to be careful with that because that will make them unhappy. And ultimately that boomerangs with chronic stress. Type 3 is the persistent brain type. Their frontal lobes work too hard. They can be worried, rigid, and flexible. If things don't go their way, they get upset. And speaking of church, this is the type that picks religions with routine and rituals. So it's like if you did not grow up Roman Catholic, but you converted later on, not for a marriage or something, but because it was your choice, you're often our persistent brain type, which I think is so interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting because for other people, it's some of the routines and rituals, they feel very odd and foreign, like it's hard for them.
Well, and it's boring.
Right.
Having grown up Roman Catholic, and that's not my type, I'm like, I've done this.
Right. Why are we doing it again?
Doing this again. But I love the people, and so that helped.
Right.
Type 4 is the sensitive brain type. These are people that are deeply feeling, empathic, but they can be vulnerable to negativity and sadness. For this type, they like things that boost their mood, like lavender. We were at the store yesterday and you were smelling all these.
And it's spring and the smell of jasmine and sage outside when we're walking. Oh, makes me so happy.
And smells actually are happy. The right smells. So good night from Mumbai.
That's so cool.
I love that. Thank you so much. And type 5 is the cautious brain type. Happiness for them is safety. Happiness for them is calmness. It's soothing sense, like a warm bath, great smells, soothing music. I was actually just listening to The Night Sky from Miley Cyrus. There's so many good songs on that. And that's upbeat. Music totally can make you happy. So happiness is not the same for everyone. So day 2 is know your type. But if you go to 30dayhappinesschallenge.com, you can sign up. It's free. And we're going to be with you 30 days for happiness. And I want to show you something that one of my friends sent me.
You get the weirdest things in the mail, I have to say. He gets the weirdest things in the mail.
This is a pet brain.
Yeah. And then you got all these smiley face things in the mail recently. I'm like, who sends you this stuff? It's
people who want me to be happy, and they know that if I have a pet brain, I am
as long as it is a stuffed one and not a real one, we're good. Yeah, we don't need you to be turning into
Frankenstein,
we don't need that.
Give me the brain.
No.
How do you sign up? 30dayhappinesschallenge.com. 30dayhappinesschallenge.com. So what's going to make you happy the rest of the day?
So I'm really like when I go to church and it helps me focus on the things that make me happy. So that's one of the things. So I think now I'm going to like intentionally start to focus on the things that make me happy and make that my practice for the day. I'm really excited about that. And exercise and our grandkids are coming over for a swim lesson. So
Haven is so cute. She's almost 3.
She can dive down and get rings.
Knows how to swim.
Yeah.
Just watching her.
It's so funny.
Makes me happy.
Laugh, yeah.
And with grandkids, I mean, the cool thing is they give you a little squirt of dopamine. It's like an oxytocin.
Yeah, they're really cute.
And then they leave. And it's sort of okay.
They're super cute. So, she's like a little tadpole. It's really funny.
You make me happy. And
yes.
I nourished your brain this morning.
I
made you a happy shake.
Yes, and you're going to make me hot chocolate tonight. It's raining here in Southern California, so you're going to make me hot chocolate.
And the rain makes some people happy.
I love the rain. Yeah. Makes me happy.
There are so many great comments.
I know.
We just thank you all for being part of the challenge and hanging out with us. This is going to make a big difference. Invite your friends to do it with you. What we found is people who do the happiness challenge with a partner are going to double your success. And one of the things you'll do, like day 1, I have you take the Oxford Happiness Questionnaire.
Yeah.
And the average score was like 4.2. Which is you're not unhappy, but you're also not happy. So our goal is to move that average up significantly.
One of the reasons I think this is so important also is because I've gotten really fascinated with this idea of adverse childhood experiences, and the quiz you can take, it's called an ACE quiz, and it'll give you an ACE score for adverse childhood experiences. When you've gone through trauma as a child, it actually reshapes your brain. Like it resets and reshapes your brain, and it can affect things like your frontal lobes, your hippocampus, your amygdala, so that you're stuck in
dirty to me.
I know you love that, but you get stuck in flight or fight, even when there's nothing wrong. So you're always looking for what's wrong because it's a survival technique. And so if you have gone through significant childhood trauma, you should take that quiz. It's an ACE quiz. It'll give you a score. But you can get stuck in this flight or fight mode. It actually decreases your frontal lobes quite often, and it will overstimulate your limbic brain, your emotional brain, so that you're always looking for what's wrong. You're looking for that tiger around the corner, and you will tend to notice what's wrong. So one of the great things about doing a challenge like this is that it's why I like going to church, because it resets my brain and helps me focus on what is right, what is good, what is positive. And when you do a challenge like this, especially with other people, you're retraining your brain. You can't change what happened to you as a child, but you don't have to just live with it the way it is now. You can actually begin to retrain it by constantly focusing on what is positive, by constantly beginning those new habits. So happiness isn't just a feeling, it's an action. Happiness is a habit. It's like forgiveness. Forgiveness is and love. They are habits that you form. And
practices. In July, we're actually going to do a Breaking Bad challenge, Breaking Bad Habits. Do you like that? Breaking Bad. And one of the bad habits that interferes with happiness is negativity and focusing on what's wrong rather than on what's right. And of course, you have to focus on things that aren't right so that you can work to fix them. But if that is your set point because of growing up in a scary environment, or for some people, they're born with a negative set point.
Right.
Your happiness set point is in part genetic, but just because it's genetic doesn't mean you have to keep it.
Right.
And that is such an important point. I'm so happy you brought that up. We need to talk about that a lot because a lot of people who come to see us at Amen Clinics have high ACE scores. In fact, that would actually be a good study. We should look at 200 consecutive patients and go, what's their ACE score, so we can get an average and a range. But just because yours is A.
Right. From 0 to 10.
You are not an unhappy person.
No, but I used to be. And so I've really, really worked on that. And you're a 1. And so I call him Pollyanna. He's like my Pollyanna person. So learning how to be with someone who's not like you, which thank God you're not like me. But learning how to be with someone who's not like you is you have to figure that out. And you don't like it when I get into that negative mind space where I get into the survival mode of the world is ending. I can't turn the news on. I just know that it's a trigger for me. So you have to learn how to be with someone who's not like you. And that's a really interesting thing to do, but it's a daily practice for me.
It's a daily practice. And we're going to show you how. Just stay with us over the next month. I mean, we're going to be with you for a long time because teaching and having a community makes us happy.
Absolutely.
Right? And we have an amazing community that we dearly love. So I hope you all have a happy day. There's work to being happy, but it's the happiest work you will ever do. All right, take care, everybody.
Have a great Sunday.